Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Today we will present about study case MS Reed, which is Miss Helen Elizabeth Reed is the founder and managing director. MS Reed has a network of store offering trendy clothes for large women. Currently, there are 11 retail outlets MS Reed at Klang Valley, Penang, and Johor. Several shops also has its own cafe. She also one of the finalists inaugural Malaysian and Young Woman Entrepreneur of the year 2002. Then we will present a discussion question about decision making and planning. Each and every one of us is often involved in some form of planning, whether you are coordinating an event, planning a meeting, planning a social gathering, or organizing a seminar of conference. Quality and timely decision making is essential for the success of any organization. In fact, how an organization chooses to design its decision making rules is one of the most important. Assalamualaikum. I'm Nik Nurlaidi binti Nik Abdul Aziz. I will explain about what role does planning play in determining MS Reed's success. First, passionate. Valorant 2003 said that passion can motivate someone to pursue an activity. Ms. Reed quick to recognize opportunities and passionate in what she do. She developed a passion for business and went into the retail business in 1997. Second, strong drive for creativity and innovation. Ms. Reed was among the top 3 finalists in inaugural Malaysian and Young Woman Entrepreneur of the Year. This award salutes Malaysian women entrepreneurs who can see things beyond horizon and challenge tradition to transform the future. Third, the product and customer focus. Noka and McClayton 2006 said that putting customers at the heart of an organization's product market definition is the first rule of effective customer orientation management. The product or customer focus of Ms. Reed business is to design and manufacture clothes that cater for plus sizes of 12 and above. This was unique in that most departmental stores carried only the regular size 8 to 12, leaving a void for women in the plus sizes. Ms. Reed managed successfully to reach this target group of women. The tagline of Helen Retail Business is comfort is the lifeline of every luxury. Next, tenacity despite failure. During the 1997 recessions, Helen received many order cancellations. Most of her staff stayed with her throughout the difficult time. Part of her success story is how she turned her business around and maintained a healthy profit. This is tenacity despite failure. As a Muslim, Islam teaches us to be patient in every situation. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala said, A'udzu billahi minasyaitonir rajim, ma asaba min musibatin illa biidznillah, wa man yu'minu billahi yahdi qalbah, wallahu bikulli syai'in alim. It means no disaster strikes except by permission of Allah, and whoever believes in Allah, He will guide his heart, and Allah is knowing of all things. Less execution intelligence. As with other local retailers, MS Reed faced aggressive competition from China. However, Helen's use of European fabrics to manufacture quality clothing had solidified MS Reed's public image and differentiated her products from competitors.
Question number 2. How did Helen Reed set the goals for her business? As we know, goals or objectives in business one of the most important things for all entrepreneurships to grow their business. Denzel Washington an American film director and producer who has received two Golden Globe Awards like Tony Award and Golden Awards. He said, "Dreams without goals are just dreams." Direct to the point, I believe that Helen's business has grown successfully because of her goal is very clear. Firstly, what I have got in this story, Helen set the goal to help people around him who have helped him for her brand is MS Reed. For example, she was determined to make it a success not only for personal reasons but because she had 15 to 60 employees who depended on her for their livelihood. Here, we can conclude that the practice of helping people is very good, especially in our religion, which is Islam. Allah said in Surah Ma'idah, verse 2, God tells us to help each other in doing good things and do not help each other in doing bad things. Secondly, Helen Reid also set a goal in her business work to be honest and integrity as long as he runs the business. For example, Helen continues to hold on to her core beliefs and values, which are integrity and honesty. She will not compromise on her core values for profit. To Muslims, we must make this good attitude as a guide in doing our business. In hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, indeed that honesty leads to goodness and goodness leads to heaven. Last but not least, Helen Reid also a responsible manager and work hard for her company. For example, he will make sure that her factories running and always survive so that her products also went smoothly. Susan M. Hetfield said, "The manager is also responsible for planning and maintaining work systems, procedures, and policies that enable and encourage the optimum performance of its people and other resources within a business unit." Conclusion: you can become an excellent manager when you learn and practice the behaviors, methods, and techniques of other successful managers. I will explain the business strategy implemented by Helen Reid. Okay, in 2002, Helen was among the top three finalists in the inaugural Malaysian Ernst and Young Woman Entrepreneur of the Year category. All of the Helen's achievement in the business because of good business strategy. Patrick Dixon said, "Business strategy is the battle plan for a better future." Here, I want to share Helen's business strategy. Firstly, to success in business, we must be courage and brave in taking action and risk so that our dreams come true. For example, by Helen Reid in December 2004, her second delicious cafe was opened in Bangsa Village after her first cafe at One Utama inside her MS Reid signature store in February 2004. In early 2006, Helen opened her shops in Isetan, Subang Perak, and 2018, there are 13 MS Reid retail outlets in Malaysia, franchise in Pahang and Sarawak, and overseas outlets in Singapore and Indonesia. Here, we can learn at Helen dared to take a risk by opening many branches under her name in a short time to achieve her dream. Secondly, Helen never gave up and always thinking new ideas to develop her business. Mostly, many customers focus of the MS Reed because her design and manufacture clothes suitable for most people. For example, her brand cater for plus size of 20 and above, while most departmental stores carry only size 8 to 20, leaving a void for women in the plus size. Barbara said, creative thinking inspires ideas. Ideas inspire change. For the conclusion, the process of the strategic planning business is about determining the directions in which you want to take your business.
The concept of organizational mission is the basis for defining the organization's goals, strategies, and plans. King and Clayton, 1978 p. 124 lists the several followings. The main reason why each organization should carefully define its own mission. First, to ensure anonymity of purpose within the organization. Second, to provide a basis or standard for allocating organizational resources. Third, to establish a general tone or organizational climate. Fourth, to serve as a focal point for individuals to identify with the organization purpose and direction, and to deter those who cannot from participating further in the organization's activities. Fifth, to facilitate the translation of objective into a work structure involving the assignment of tasks to responsible elements within the organization. And last, to specify organizational purpose and then to translate this purpose into objectives in such a way that cost, time, and performance parameters can be assessed and controlled. Next, the purpose of the mission statement. From Drucker 1974, p. 61, he said, the mission statement is a description of an organization's purpose for being. This asks the crucial question, like, what is our business? A direct mission statement is crucial for effectively establishing objectives and establishing strategies. Mission statement also we call a belief statement, a statement of purpose, a statement of ideology, a statement of values, a statement of corporate standard, and or a statement defining our business. Next, the mission statement shows what a company wants to be and how it wants to represent. Mission statement also provide a foundation for strategy and action. They show the reason a company opens its doors every day, the reason salesperson sell, the reason consumer buys, and the reason employees come for work. As example, King and Clayton 1979 suggested that management carefully develop a written mission statement in order to receive the following benefits. First, to make sure all employees and managers understand the firm's purpose or reason for being. Second, to provide a framework for prioritization of key internal and external factors utilized to formulate strategic plans. Third, to provide a framework for the distribution of resources. Fourth, to provide a basic framework for organizing work, department, activities, and parts around a common purpose. Next question. Think of an organization that you would like to establish. What type of mission would I develop? The organizations that I would like to establish are Muslimah Clothing. The type of mission that I would develop, firstly, my target audience are the Muslim women. Then, why the Muslim women should buy my products? Because of our fashion are up to date without avoid the Sharia compliance that women should take care of. Then our materials are very comfy and the cutting are not fit. We can 100% guarantee that if they wear it, they will feel very beautiful and always feel being like a princess. Last, the organizational mission in Islamic perspective. Islamic perspective believes that mission is an important element in strategic planning because mission is the core purpose in doing something. It is important to make a good mission statement, or else it will affect us to have a wrong purpose in doing something. The mission statement also should not only focus on the benefits of the company but also the society and the world. This is one of the characteristics of Islamic values that always stressed by Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. One of the quotation of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam in Hadith: "The best among the people are those who benefit the people, and the best among you are those who have the best manners and character." Sahih Bukhari. This hadith shows how Islam view the welfare as important in doing something. In simple way, when we help people and give benefits to them, only helps us to get more benefits. Like saying, what we give, we get back. Because of that, in doing mission, it is important to include the core values of Islam, which is welfare, but also stressing about the importance in making profit as one of the reasons of establishment. Thank you.
Discussion question 3. Explain goals and plans differ according to organizational levels. Describe goals and plans may be different at the various levels of management of your college or university. There are 3 organizational levels in management, which is lower level management, middle level management, and top level management, and also 3 hierarchy of goals and plans, which is strategy goals and plans at the top level management. Second is tactical goals and plans in the middle level management. Third is operational goals and plans at the lower level management. In this question, goals and plans are different key in management. Goals refers to future target, to end result that an organization wishes to achieve. Many managers and researchers use the term goal interchangeably with objective. Plans is the initial process of management. Planning is defined as the process of establishing goals, developing alternatives, and implementing them to achieve organizational goals. On the other hand, it refers to the method devised to achieve an organizational levels. Planning can also be seen as a management function, which involves the setting of goals and deciding how best to achieve them, or it can be seen as the process of choosing a goal and developing a method or strategy to achieve that goal. In the organizational levels, it has 3 levels, starting at the top level management, which is responsible for developing long-term strategic plans that clearly specify how an organization intends to position itself against its competitors and serve its customer. For instance, in the subsequent 2 to 5 years, at these levels, the top manager will make decisions affecting the entirety of the firm. Difference between goals and plans in these levels of management. Strategic goals is broadly defined goals or target outcomes set by top level management. Typically, these types of goals address issues concerning an organization as a whole, sometimes stated in fairly general terms. Expert in management set goals in 8 areas, which is marketing, standing, innovation, human resources, financial resources, physical resources, productivity, social responsibility, and profit requirements. And strategic plans, actions, steps used to attain strategic goals, blueprint that defines the organization activities and resources allocation tends to be long-term. On the other hand, it is designed with the entire organization in mind and begin with an organization's mission. The second level of management is middle level management. It is responsible for developing and executing tactical plans and operational planning to accomplish an organization's mission. Middle managers also controls, motivate, and assist first line managers to achieve objective. The hierarchy of these levels is tactical goals and plans. At the difference between that, first, tactical goals or targeted outcome. set by middle level management for specific department of unit. Goals at this level specify what has to be done by the departments or unit to achieve the result outlined in the strategic goals. These types tend to be stated in measurable terms. Tactical plans specify how an organization intends to utilize its resources and budgets to achieve specific goal within its mission. Tactical plans focus on directing an organization's behavior, effort, and attention over a span of 6 months to 2 years. This plan is who may consult lower level managers before making commitments in the top level management. The last level of management is lower level management. It is responsible the daily management of line workers, although lower level managers typically do not set goals for the organization. They have a very strong influence on the company. In this level, operational goals and operational plans are the hierarchy, and the difference between that is operational goals is goals or targeted outcomes set by lower level management. This type of goals address specific measurable outcomes required from the lower level managers, from the lower levels. Second is operational plans, day-to-day plans for producing or delivering an organization's product and or service. Strategic planning in USIM particularly identifying key indicators. Environmental analysis, that summary of the findings about the organization in USIM would be general structure of strategic plan. In the level of organization in USIM also have 3 levels of management. At the operational level included the head of administrative department, all the lecturers and the entire general staff. In the middle level management included head of program, vice chancellor and 11 more assistant of vice chancellor. Lastly, the executive level is chancellor.
Alright, so we go through to discussion question number 4, which is I will explain a little bit about standing plans and single-use time. First of all, standing plans will save managers time because they are created just once and then used repeatedly to handle frequently recurring events. The advantage of standing plans is that they foster unity and fairness within an organization, and they help to support state organizational values. And then there are 3 kinds of standing plans, which is policies, procedures, and regulations. First, policies, defined as provide broad guidelines for the smooth operation of the organization. They cover things like hiring, firing, performance appraisals, promotions, and disciplines. Second, procedures, defined as indicate a series of steps, which is step-by-step instruction that should be taken in response to a particular event and situation, which is more specific than policies and do not allow of much flexibility. Will establish and formalize procedures are often termed as standard operating procedures, which is SOP. And third, regulation, the most specific of the 3 types of standing plans. They specify what must or must not happen. They also describe precisely how a particular action must be performed. And then we go to single-use plan, which is deal with unique one-time only event, which is they are created, execute, and then never used again. There are 2 main types of single-use plan: programs and project. A program is a comprehensive plan. It coordinates complex activities which are related to a major non-recurring goal. Typically, a program involves several different departments or units of an organization. It comprises a few different projects and may take more than a year to complete it. It also has its own budget, such as define relevant tasks into parts of project, or estimating the time required for completion of each part, developing a schedule for implementation of each step or each part, and so on. And then we go to project. A project is planned to coordinate a set of limited scope, tasks, or activities. These activities do not need to be divided into several components in order to reach to an important non-recurring goal, similar to a program. However, a project has its own budget. Budgeting refers to quantitative planning, as it compels managers to decide how best to allocate available money to achieve organizational goals. So just it from me. Thank you.
My name is Nur Atika Husna binti Muhammad Asri, number matric 1191409. So here I'm going to explain about the discussion question 5. So for the first question, define several potential problems with goal setting. Is here I state two of the problem. First one, the stretching might be too far, and second one is it will add unnecessary pressure. What is mean by the stretching might be too far is, let's say if the organization put the goal setting too aggressive, too high, and at the end they can't achieve the goal setting, then the organization will having a problem itself. Second, how it will add unnecessary pressure is if the employee need to work under pressure, if the employee need to work under stressful, and it will bring out the bad performance, then organization will get affected, because goal setting are linked to the task performance. Then define how two of these problems might apply to an organization I'm familiar with on my campus. Luckily, I have joined a student association of leadership and management faculty, or also known as Persatuan Mahasiswa Fakulti Kepimpinan dan Pengurusan PMFKP. And there was once we held a program called debate competition in category Malay, Arabic, and English. And as usual, every program need to be held. The association committee need to hold a meeting to setting up the objective, to setting up the goals. That is mean there will be a goal setting. And for this program, the goal setting to provide a high self-confidence and to make the participant fluency in many languages. So, in the other hand, how it will cause stretching too far is, let's say if the participant just joined the program for fun, and at the end of the program, they didn't even get to gain their self-confidence. At the end of the program, they didn't even fluency in many languages. That is mean the organization are having a problem with their goal setting, because this goal setting of the program is to make the participant gain their self-confidence and fluency in many languages. And for the second potential problem is how this will cause unnecessary pressure is if the employee need to work under pressure, if the employee having such as physical discomfort, multitasking, workload, disorganization, then the performance will be some problem in there. And if this happen, the organization might having a management inefficiencies and so on. So if these two of the potential problem happen with the goal setting, then the organization will get affected. And how it will add unnecessary pressure in this program is, it will have in two situations. The first one before the program, and second one is during the program. How it will add unnecessary pressure before the program is, the committee need to planning their strategies, need to plan their content, need to plan their how to make the program, how to compile the input in the program. So if, like I said before, if the committee having multitasking and workload and so on, it will make them pressure. So it will add unnecessary pressure to the committee, and it will affect the organization. And following the program is, it will add unnecessary pressure if they want to make the program as a smooth execution. They didn't want during the program, they didn't want to have a problem during the program, so they need to make a smooth execution. So that is how it will add unnecessary pressure in goal setting. So let's move to the last third question. What are the preventive measures I may take to solve the problem? There is five preventive measures, and the first one is specify the goals or tasks to be accomplished. Second, specify how the performance will be measured. The third one, specify the expected standards. Fourth, specify the time spent involved. And the last one is prioritize the goals or tasks.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Muhammad Asfar bin Muhammad Zaki. My number matric is 1191399. So I will explain about the step in group decision making. Basically, there are 6 steps in group decision making. The firstly is we need to identify and diagnose the problem. The important thing is the problem exists, and we have the resource to do so. And the next step is we need to generate alternative solution. So we can list out the solution that we can resolve. We can solve the problem. There are 2 types of solution. First one is ready-made solution. Ready-made solution is ideas that have been tried before. The next one is custom-made solution. We can make new idea and into a creative ideas. The third step is evaluate the alternative. After we list out the alternative, we can predict about the alternative, about their pros and cons. They predict the consequences that will occur if the various options are put into effect. Need to evaluate also the success of the probability of the solution that will affect the problem, whenever it success or failure. The fourth step is making the choice. After we evaluate the alternative, we must pick the best alternative to solve the problem. After we evaluate, we predict the solution, we list out the pros and cons of the solution, we must be making the choice. After that, we must implementing the choice. After we have choose the best solution that we have list out, we can choose the best option of the solution. After that, the last step is we need to evaluate the decision. After we evaluate the decision, we need to collect the information on how well the decision is working. On the decision is working. If the decision is not okay or not suitable to the problem, we need to move to step 1 again. So we move to the next topic is advantage and disadvantages of the group decision making. we will talk about the advantage of the group decision making. The first one is a group decision helps to combine individual strength of the group member. If we in a group, there are variety of strength and skill. Then we can combine, and we can have the advantage. The second advantage is a group decision helps to gain a broader perspective owing to differences of perception among the group members. If in a group we will have a different type of perception, and if we learn to open our mind and take their decision, that can be a advantage to the our group, so we can accept the perception of other people. Third advantage is a group decision always mean enhanced collective understanding of the course of action to be taken after the decision is made. Fourthly, a group decision grants a greater group commitment. If we work in a group, we can have a greater commitment, and all the group members will give the best of their commitment. Lastly, a group decision also foster a strong sense of team spirit among group member, and in the group member will think together to in a term of success as well as a failure. So that's all for the advantages. So we will move to the disadvantages of group decision making. The first one is a group decision making is more time consuming than the individual decision making. We need to ask about all the group member opinion, and we need to evaluate their opinion, so it will take more time than individual decision making. The next disadvantages is in a group we can have we will pick a one or two the best solution. So there are more decision that not pick up. So the group member who his or her opinion the member whose opinion are not considered will tend to left out from the process. So we lose a few of manpower, and that will cause the team spirit to diminish. Lastly, the responsibility and accountability of decision are not shared equally. In some case, these disadvantages will can lead to a split in the group. So that's all from me. We will move to the next presenter. Thank you. Okay, lastly, I will talk about a conclusion. We can conclude that planning and decision making is the most important managerial function. Planning is a systematic process of deciding key decisions to thrive successfully in the next few years. The planning process is a disciplined and time-taking process produce fundamental decision and action that shape the organization. Planning also involves envisioning then the result the organization wants to achieve, and determining the step necessary to arrive at the intended destination. It is success. Every organization must want to success, and the most organization engaged in all the time is with the planning and decision making. Thus, with a proper planning, organization will have a success future to achieve their goal. So they all from us. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.